Welcome to KCRA. My name is Anzio Williams,
And I'm Kendra Montgomery.
and today we're happy to have you on the campus of KCRA and KQCA for today's Youth Media Forum for Social Change.
Right. So we actually have three separate panels today. The first panel is young people that have created documentaries for change. The second panel are about young people who have created Google Maps, blogs, and other type of online newspapers for social change. And then our third panel will be about public service announcements, PSAs, and photo voice, young people that have created those things for social change.
Right now, what we'll do is we'll take a look at those who submitted entries for the documentary category.
Every day, I breathe in the fumes.
They wanted to stop but couldn't. He drinks because of parties and celebrations.
It's ultimately their choice.
He was not the perfect role model for me. My dad's cigarettes.
We were very embodied and shared secrets.
They are too addicted.
In our world,
Everything involves alcohol.
Doesn't affect me in any way.
I secondhand smoke.
He began using drugs when we became teenagers.
It makes it harder.
My father got overly drunk.
I actually don't feel pressure from them to do it.
I knew at some point I love him. It affects every part of how I live.
I trust him more than my parents.
I couldn't help them. He started throwing up blood.
I was abused when I was little. It affects every part of how I behave.
I don't know what to choose.
They would abandon me. It scared the family.
Either do drugs or our friendship is over.
He promised not to do it again. I know it's a bad choice.
What should I do? Where can I get help?
We tried to stop him.
It's hard to choose.
I don't hate my father. We told him to stop.
He is my role model.
I consider my mom like a role model because she never. I know that she never done drugs before and alcohol, so I just consider that her as a role model. But what I really think, there's no role model to anybody.
My mom, it's a person that it's never gonna tell us drink alcohol, it's good for you, or do it because it's gonna take you to some place that it's gonna be good. So I feel she's one person that I never would let me be a drinking so much that I wouldn't make anything in my life.
You guys did one on role model, and you guys have a lot of representatives here from role model and Norma Barajas. Tell us, what was your process? Why did you guys choose role model? And kind of what were some of your good things and challenges?
We decided to pick the topic of role models. Thank you. Because we kind of gathered our own experiences as in youth, and we realized that in our community there are a lot of problems with people who we look up to, our parents, our teachers, our relatives, who abuse like drugs and alcohol. Like personally, my father was a person who always smokes cigarettes, and I realized that I don't want that around me, and I want him to know, like, target audience. And challenges is just getting the interviews and like how to. Well, the interviews were easy to do, but like putting it all together, I guess, was the biggest part about it.
Did you have challenges in figuring out what to cut out, what to leave out of it?
We just figured, we thought about our topic, which is role models and substance abuse, and we just made questions surrounding it, and we would pick, we would listen to the interviews over and over again, and we would just pick the parts that answer the questions.
And so a blog can be just about anything. It's usually with one person, but it can have a host of team members working together. So my next panelist, my next moderator that will join me and help me introduce is Belle Reyes from UC Davis. Let's welcome her. So, Belle, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're just coming in and joining us
I'm
here.
just coming in joining us, but I've been in the back. So appreciate everybody in the audience. So yes, again, my name is Belle Reyes, and I'm with UC Davis in the School of Education for the Center for Community School Partnerships. And super excited about this panel, because as we saw in the first panel, you know, youth media, there's a lot of videos and documentaries. That's what most of us know social media to be. But this next panel is going to be talking about how do we see social media through blogs. And just by raising hands, how many of you have written a blog or read a blog or seen a blog? So first we have the lovely Alma Solis, and she's with the Woodland Coalition for Youth and the Yellow Family Resource Center. And we'll have Alma, if you can just step forward. And she's going to be talking about the Woodland Youth Teen newspaper.
Okay, so the idea of the newspaper was to entertain, communicate, and just be there as for teens to use as a tool. That was our main goal. Yeah. We just wrote about issues that teens have, and it's just used as a tool so that they could compare to it. It's not just online, but we actually published it. It was a great journey. We actually had a lot of fun doing it. We talked about real issues such as teen violence, like adopting a pet, because like there's a lot. We also talked like there's something about like prejudice, like just thinking outside the box, thinking differently, being able to think not just in one perspective, but having other perspectives, knowing that there are other ways to think about something. Like just since we wanted to entertain teens as well and not just serious issues, we had also poems that that just kind of like made them think and just kind of reflect. Also, this article was just to post like what teens are doing, because I mean teens are important too because they actually create change, and they could. Yeah.
And how many people worked on your project?
Ooh, we have like a great team. We have like 10 people in that right now, so I'm really happy.
And can you tell us a little bit more? It comes to language, right?
Yeah, it's
Tell us a little
bilingual.
bit about that.
So we wanted to empower not just because like Woodland, California, it's like it's Spanish-speaking community as well. So we want to just empower like just as many people as we can, and we want to empower more.
So this next session is about PSA, but the first thing I want to do is invite my third moderator that's to come to the stage with me, Zanae Scott.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we have a really exciting panel, again, as Angio just described, PSA, but these are young people trying to change their community by letting everyone know about some very important things. So on our panel this morning, we have the Photo Maps PSA from our Valley High School students, from the Student Reaching Out program, Kelsey Hawthorne and Jamie Hawthorne.
There have been some minor things. Fights, robberies. Well, yeah, okay. It's not minor.
Do you feel safe in Rancho Cordova area?
I say no because there's a lot of people that don't follow the rules and stuff, and like I know some people that bring weapons to school and stuff.
I do think it's safe at times, but some people are just not.
Why is that?
Because like some people are like around here there's been a lot of police activity and stuff.
There is like gang related things that happen, and there are fights that happen in Rancho which make people unsafe.
Gangs, when you go to look for new members, you go through at middle schools and sometimes even younger. So by the time you're in high school, that you're a full gang member.
I live in a Rancho Cordova neighborhood, and kids are everywhere.
And I just think if more people would be responsible to watch out for them and not be afraid to say, we don't like what you're doing, please stop. And kids are receptive to that.
Kids will walk by and maybe punch another kid just because he's a bully, or walk by and knock him to the ground and take his wallet because he's a bully, and that's what he's learned to be as a bully.
A lot of time parents don't know their kid's involved in the gang. You know, they don't see the signs, whether it's belt buckles, the shirts, the color of the outfits, the shoelaces sometimes on the shoes, you know, the hats, you know, the Los Angeles Dodgers hat that's supposed to be blue but it's red and says LA, well, that symbolizes something. You know, it's not the red Dodgers, it's something else, right?
So you had to pack everything into 30 seconds for your video. So how did you guys choose exactly what to do and to show?
Ours was actually longer. It was 15 minutes, so I don't know. We didn't really edit it. We had somebody else edit it for us, so, but we had took over 400 pictures, and we had to narrow down to 19.
How many pictures did you take?
400.
You took over 400 pictures, and how many did you use?
19.
19. Wow, so you had to do a lot of editing, what we call self-editing, and it's good to hear that you guys got a chance to experience this process, because this is something that my reporters do on a daily basis.